What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You're watching the Ragin Ronin review. By now, you have probably seen my videos regarding the sale of Lucasfilm to Disney Studios. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the fate of the original home video release of Star Wars. I'm talking about the untouched version of Star Wars and whether or not that is happening. But before I talk about that, let's talk about 20th Century Fox. As you already know, 20th Century Fox was the original studio that owned the movie rights and licensing and distribution and production of Star Wars films. And to this date, Fox Studios still owns the rights to distribute the first 6 Star Wars films theatrically, non-theatrically, and home video format, whether it be DVD, Blu-ray, or digital download. So the sale of Lucasfilm to Disney does not entitle them to owning the rights to the first 6 films in the Star Wars saga. In fact, Fox will own the first 6 films until May 2020. After May 2020, the rights will go to Disney Studios, unless there's going to be some other further negotiation that's going to take place. However, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, the original movie that was released on 1977, will be owned by Fox indefinitely. There is no expiry date for that. Now, this is actually a pretty huge thing because Disney would love to get their hands on that. But because of the contract, which expires on May 2020, they're only able to get, if at all, only 5 of those 6 films. So that sucks for them. But they're still going to be releasing episodes 7, 8, and 9 under the Disney Studios / Lucasfilm label. Not only does Fox still own the rights to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they still will be re-releasing episode 2 and 3 in 3D in 2013. So that is still happening. So let's talk about the original trilogy that the fans want. And that is the untouched version. The version that audiences got to see in 1977, 1980, and 1983. As you already know, George Lucas has been tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it, and every single time he tweaks it, he makes a new release of the trilogy on DVD and Blu-ray to the point where we can't even recognize it. He said that the latest version that he released on Blu-ray is the version that he wanted to see. This is the version that he intended for fans. Well, unfortunately, it's not the version that the fans wanted to see. They wanted to see the original untouched version, but cleaned up and remastered for Blu-ray. That would be the ultimate gift for fans. George Lucas does not want to do that anymore, and he's not going to do that anymore just because he no longer has anything to do with Star Wars at this point. So are we, as fans, going to get the original trilogy on Blu-ray? I'm going to speculate and say more likely than not. If George Lucas continued to hold the rights to Star Wars and own Lucasfilm, then we're not getting it at all. He would shout out that decision right away. There's no doubt about that because he had already released the version he intended on Blu-ray, and that was the version that was all butchered up. But now that he has nothing to do with Star Wars, and if Fox Home Entertainment wants to make more money, they could re-release the original Star Wars trilogy on Blu-ray the way the fans wanted. And they know this. They know that the fans want this. So with George Lucas selling Lucasfilm, it is actually a great thing for Star Wars fans because there is a higher possibility that the fans are going to get what they want. And even if Disney Studios owned the rights for episode 4, 5, and 6, they probably would have done the same thing too. After all, what they did was an investment, and if they're going to invest in something like that, they might as well produce something that is guaranteed to sell. And that is the original untouched trilogy, episode 4, 5, and 6 on Blu-ray. Now, with regards to May 2020, there's no guarantee that episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is gonna go to Disney. There's no guarantee of that. The rights for those films just expire, but that doesn't mean they can't renegotiate. And how does this affect us as consumers, even if it does get released? Not a whole lot. There's really no difference for us. It's just not going to be released under the Fox Home Entertainment label. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this video. I just wanted to speculate what could happen with the original Untouched trilogy, and at the end of the day, there's a higher possibility that we're gonna get what we want. If you want to see more videos like this, I'm gonna be doing more Star Wars Episode 7 coverage on this channel. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. By the way, if you haven't pre-ordered a Ragin Nation t-shirt, do so by emailing me at raginnation@gmail.com. There's a limited production run of 100 units. Make sure you get yours before they're gone. My name is Alex Yoon. May the Force be with you. Peace. There could be some truth to that. I mean, Disney has been investing their money on some of the biggest entities in Hollywood, and that would be the Marvel